the NBA home of basketball stars. Sometimes these stars from heaven fall to earth, having to deal with reality. Discover the 5 toughest injuries in NBA history. Our basketball players are incredible athletes who take care of their physical preparation down to the smallest detail. Unfortunately, the unexpected is always lurking around the corner. Welcome back, basketball fans. Today, we're going to tell you about some of the most gruesome injuries in the NBA. Get comfortable, but be warned, these images might not be suitable for the faint of heart. Hey there, let's take a trip down memory lane and go back to the late 1970s. It was the 77-78 season, and we're watching the Lakers take on the Rockets in what was a seriously intense game between two great teams. There were some hard fouls and physical contact on both sides, but things really started to heat up when some players got into a quarrel. Rudy Tomjanovich stepped up to try to calm everyone down, but out of nowhere, a Lakers player punched him in the face. It was a shocking moment for everyone in the arena, and Rudy was knocked out cold on the ground. Sadly, it was soon discovered that he had suffered a skull fracture, and his season was over. Even worse, this injury put his entire career in jeopardy. Although Rudy eventually returned to the court, he was never quite the same player again. It's always tough to see a great athlete's career cut short due to an injury like this. The Rudy Tomjanovich episode was a particularly violent one, causing one of the most absurd and bloody injuries. However, it can happen that injuries are silent, almost invisible, but no less bad. Ask 2 of the best players of the last 20 years, united not only by extraordinary talent, but also by a mocking fate: Kevin Durant and Kobe Bryant. In 2013, during a game between the Golden State Warriors and the Los Angeles Lakers, Kobe Bryant suffered a devastating injury. In the fourth quarter, with the Lakers up by 1, Kobe attacked the basket and was double-teamed by the Warriors' defenders. Despite being fouled, he attempted to finish the play and landed awkwardly, causing him to immediately grab his right ankle in pain. Kobe, being the fierce competitor that he was, still managed to shoot his free throws before leaving the court. Unfortunately, the injury turned out to be a rupture of his Achilles tendon, which required surgery and a long rehabilitation process. Despite his valiant efforts, isn't it crazy how fate can strike twice? That was the case for Kevin Durant, who unfortunately suffered a similar fate to Kobe Bryant in 2013. After moving to the Golden State Warriors in 2016, Durant helped them win 2 rings and was chasing a third in 2019. However, during Game 5 of the playoffs against Toronto, he suffered a devastating injury while attacking former teammate Ibaka in the second quarter. The injury left fans speculating about what might have happened if he hadn't been injured, becoming one of the most talked about what-ifs in the NBA. From a what-if, we move on to one of the greatest what-ifs of the NBA of the new millennium. Speaking of injuries, one of the most talked about cases in recent NBA history is that of Derrick Rose. The Chicago Bulls point guard had a transcendent entrance into the league, dominating the game from the start and quickly establishing himself as one of the league's best players. In his first season, he was named Rookie of the Year and continued to impress, winning the MVP title in his second season and becoming the youngest player ever to do so. Unfortunately, his incredible run was cut short during the playoffs in his third year. With just over a minute left in the game and the Bulls up by 12 points, Rose drove to the basket and collapsed in pain. It was later revealed that he had ruptured the anterior cruciate ligament in his left knee, and he was forced to miss the entire 2012-13 season. Rose attempted to make a comeback in the following season, but suffered a new meniscus injury in his right knee, requiring another surgery and sidelining him for the entire 2013-14 season. Despite the setbacks, Rose's determination and resilience have made him one of the most beloved players in the sport. Basketball can be a tough sport, and injuries are unfortunately a common occurrence. One player who experienced a particularly brutal injury is Shaun Livingston, a talented point guard who started his career with the Los Angeles Clippers. After a few years of struggling to find his footing in the league, Livingston suffered a devastating injury during a game against the Charlotte Bobcats in the 2006-2007 season. As he attempted a layup, Livingston fell awkwardly and suffered multiple fractures to his tibia and fibula, as well as a completely torn knee joint and ligament, muscle, and nerve damage. It was a long road to recovery, but Livingston never gave up. After a grueling rehabilitation, he returned to the NBA and eventually became an NBA champion with the Golden State Warriors. playing a crucial role in the team's success under coach Steve Kerr. It's a testament to his resilience and determination, and his story is an inspiration to us all. Livingston's injury was rough, but there are two other players who had some seriously nasty luck on the basketball court: Paul George and Gordon Hayward. George was drafted as the 10th overall pick by the Indiana Pacers in the 2010 NBA draft, and quickly established himself as a key player on the team. Over his first 4 seasons, George consistently improved his performance, becoming an emerging star in the league. In the 2013 to 2014 season, his 5th year, George reached his peak, becoming the leader of the Pacers team. That year, George led the Pacers to the Eastern Conference Finals, putting pressure on the Big Three Heat's run for the championship. Just as his career was taking off, during a friendly match before the 2014 World Cup, George fell hard while trying to block a shot, suffering an open fracture to his right leg. The injury was severe and required immediate surgery. George missed the rest of the 2014-15 NBA season and the entire 2015-16 season to fully recover from the injury. But he came back strong, and now he's one of the stars of the Clippers, wowing fans and delivering amazing performances. Hayward had a similar story. After some great years in college, he was drafted 9th overall by the Jazz in 2010 and became a key player on the team. In 2017, he was traded to the Boston Celtics along with Kyrie Irving, with high hopes of winning a championship. But during his very first game with the Celtics, Hayward landed awkwardly after an alley-oop pass from Irving and suffered a gruesome injury. He broke his tibia and fibula and needed surgery and a long recovery. But hey, he's now a key player for the Hornets and showing everyone that he still has a lot to offer on the court. Tough luck. But these guys never gave up and came back stronger than ever. Hey guys, that video was definitely not for the faint-hearted. Basketball can be ruthless sometimes. But the good news is that these amazing athletes were able to recover, and some of them even made a comeback to play at the highest level. Those were some of the toughest injuries in NBA history, and they left unforgettable images in the minds of fans. Anyway, that's all for today, guys. If you liked the video, please leave a like. And don't forget to subscribe to Goat of Basket for more interesting facts about the basketball world. Stay tuned for more cool stuff, and see you next time.